covering every county. This is your statewide newscast, Arkansas Today.
Good afternoon. I'm Mallory Brooks. Thanks for joining us for Arkansas Today on this Thursday afternoon. The whistleblower report is out. Today, the chair of the House Intelligence Committee publicly released the complaint made by an unidentified intelligence agent against President Trump. That complaint led to the impeachment inquiry now underway against the president. NBC's Chris Pallone is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony...
Acting Director of National Intelligence Joseph McGuire testifies before the House and Senate Intelligence Committees today. He arrives just hours after committee members finally read the whistleblower report, which ultimately spurred House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to launch an impeachment inquiry against President Trump.
I have upheld my responsibility to follow the law every step of the way.
Moments before the hearing, the House Intelligence Committee released an unclassified version of the report.
We were presented with the most graphic evidence yet that the President of the United States has betrayed his oath of office.
The unidentified intelligence officer wrote that more than half a dozen U.S. government officials provided information that the President of the United States is using the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 U.S. election. The letter names the president's attorney, Rudolph Giuliani, as a central figure in the effort, and Attorney General Bill Barr appeared to be involved as well. The whistleblower complaint reportedly stems from the president's dealings with the leader of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, and a July phone call in which White House notes show Trump asked Zelensky to investigate his political rival, former Vice President Joe Biden, and Biden's son. The request came right after Zelensky said Ukraine intended to buy more American anti-tank missiles. The president and his allies scoff.
They don't want answers. They want a public spectacle. And so we've been treated to an unending parade of press releases, press conferences, and fake news stories.
No push, no pressure, no nothing. It's all a hoax.
But Republicans are not totally unified in support of the president. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
Chris, thank you. In his testimony before the House Intelligence Committee, Acting Director McGuire insisted he was not directed by the White House to withhold the whistleblower complaint from Congress. Well, there are new developments in the murder trial of a former Dallas police officer who fatally shot Hardingrad Jean in his own apartment. Take a good look at these pictures presented by the defense. On the left, the apartment of Amber Geiger, the former Dallas police officer accused of murder. On the right, the apartment of Botham Jean, who police say had been eating ice cream when Geiger came through his unlocked door and shot and killed him. On the stand, the case's lead investigator testified the layouts of the two apartments were similar.
Do you have an opinion as to whether it was reasonable for Amber Geiger to have believed she was in her apartment when she encountered the complaining witness?
Yes, I do.
And what is that opinion?
That she believed that there was a burglar in her apartment.
The medical examiner showed where he was shot, testifying the bullet pierced his heart. The trial will enter day 4 today. The Sherwood man accused of killing another man on Dixon Street has now been found guilty of murder. A jury found Christopher Rankin guilty of murder in the 2nd degree and recommended a sentence of 20 years in the Department of Correction. This comes after Rankin was charged last year with killing 22-year-old Trenton Coney on New Year's Day. A former VA pathologist accused of involuntary manslaughter and working while impaired will remain in jail. Dr. Robert Levy was denied bond and deemed a danger to the community by the judge. Levy will stay in jail until the trial on September 8, 2020. Attorney Monte Sheritz is representing several veterans in a federal tort claim, saying they were misdiagnosed by Levy. He says it's a bit of a slap in the face to all veterans that Levy is not ready to answer for everything he's done. He says he thinks the judge made the right call.
My clients and veterans everywhere probably feel as though Levy is right where he belongs.
Levy was indicted on 31 counts, including 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter. He's also charged with several counts of fraud and making false statements. Levy pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. Bugs Blues and Barbecue brings hundreds of thousands of people to Northwest Arkansas every year, and this year events are happening from Fayetteville to Rogers. The city of Rogers is hosting a barbecue competition downtown this week. Although the city won't see the total economic impact for a few months, Senior Vice President of Economic Development Steve Cox says that motorcycle traffic on Highway 102 in downtown has picked up significantly.
This year, Fayetteville has let Rogers host the barbecue portion of this competition, and so it truly is a regional event. And with having the barbecue competition here and Bikes on the Bricks and other activities going on here in downtown Rogers, we expect there to be a significant impact.
Cox says the city will gather all of the sales tax from this week and will release total numbers in a few months. Flu season is coming. Influenza activity typically starts to increase in October and peaks between December and February. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says about 8% of Americans get the flu shot each year, or get the flu rather each year. Thousands die from it and other related illnesses. The best protection is to get your flu shot and to keep your hands clean and away from your eyes, nose, and mouth. Coming up, good music, family friendly, and a lot of free stuff. We're talking about Music Fest in El Dorado. It's a big deal. Stick around for that. Plus, in your picture.